Start here in just a moment. Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments. If you're watching live, let me know where you are tuning in from. Send this out to a friend. Jerome Powell has hinted at a rate cut coming. What's crypto going to do next? We're going to talk about it in just a moment. Let's go. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Man, what a day it's been in the markets. But let me know in the chat how you're doing, where you're tuning in from. And if you're new to the channel, we talk all things crypto here, the markets. You know, we'll look at different charts. We got the vlogs completely live now on the channel. If you haven't seen, just literally go to the page after, and you can see here we have obviously brand new video, ETH to 16,000. Be sure to watch that. Part 1 dropped of this recent vlog I just did. Part 2 is coming out on Sunday, and we are taking YouTube seriously. So shout out to everybody who's been supporting the channel. And today we're going to talk about what Jerome Powell just did. Let's watch this quick video. Here we go. And if you don't know who Jerome Powell is, let me explain that real quick. Jerome Powell is the Fed chair, right? He has a mandate, right, to help or to to try to keep unemployment down and keep inflation down. And he's, excuse me, him and his colleagues, I think there's 6 of them, they have the power to raise interest rates or cut interest rates. And listen today what he said at Jackson Hole. This is his 8th time speaking there. Let's take an inside listen and let me know your thoughts in the chat.
In the near term, risks to inflation are tilted to the upside and risks to employment to the downside, a challenging situation. When our goals are in tension like this, our framework calls for us to balance both sides of our dual mandate. Our policy rate is now 100 basis points closer to neutral than it was a year ago, and the stability of the unemployment rate and other labor market measures allows us to proceed carefully as we consider changes to our policy stance. Nonetheless, with policy in restrictive territory, the baseline outlook and the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance. Monetary policy is not on a preset course. FOMC members will make these decisions based solely on their assessment of the data.
I'm gonna replay that one more time. Listen.
Based solely on their assessment of the data and its implications for the economic outlook and the balance.
He said monetary policies are not on a preset course, which means they could change. And earlier, he talked about stability of the unemployment rate and the other labor markets measure allows us to proceed carefully as we consider what? In the chat, put it. It's like that Tupac song, Changes. Put that word in the chat, change, or changes in the chat, as we consider changes to our policy stance. So what does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? It means that there is a chart, okay, U.S. interest rates right here, and let's put it up here, okay, that affects every person's life on this call. You know, in the 1980s, interest rates were like 20%. You know, now we're at 4%, 4.5%, and it affects all of us, no matter where you live, what country you're in. In the U.S., interest rates being high, it's real simple. Harder to borrow money. Lower rates, cheaper to borrow. When rates are down, it's cheaper to borrow money. So if I can borrow money at a lower price, I can pay less in interest, and I can use that money to invest in what? Assets. When rates are really high, it's harder to borrow money. So in America, who controls rates going up and down? It's this guy and, you know, the Fed, Federal Reserve, a private entity. Okay, they are not the government. They are their own institution per se, and they make that decision. Their goal is to keep employment low, inflation low. When we had COVID, right after COVID, inflation went so high because they gave everybody free money in the U.S. They gave everybody like $1,200 if they qualified. I did not qualify, but they gave a bunch of people money. Inflation went out of control. So then they started raising rates. Guess what happened? When they raised rates, what happened to the stock market? What happened to crypto? It dipped, okay? It dropped. But guess what? That was also the best buying opportunity and the last buying opportunity that we had. That happened over here, everybody. We have not seen consistent rate cuts yet. All we saw was rates going up. All we've seen recently is rates being paused. We had one rate cut in December, and the market actually reacted bearish to that rate cut. And we haven't had any rate cuts this year. So we're in a really good time here, right? Put a 1 in the chat if your portfolio, went up today in crypto. But we're also in a time when you see everything pumping through the roof that you have to be a little skeptical, that you have to have some sort of common sense here, and you have to have a game plan. Now, I'm not going to give entries or anything like that. I do that all of my private students and all my clients, but understand that today is a really, really big day for all of us. And December 17th, right? December 17th is going to be the date where potentially I think we'll get it. Based on that, based on those words that Jerome said, I think we're going to get the rate cut in September. And I also think that that could slowly, and I am concerned a little bit, that could slowly be the time. Hey, if you didn't know, we got the super chats live now in the chat box. Appreciate all those that are supporting the channel. We have super chats now live. And you could also support the channel by just hitting the like button. It lets more people on YouTube know about this session and about this video. So rate cuts on the 17th, right? That's about 4 weeks, a little bit less than 4 weeks. I would not be surprised if the market runs into the 17th, and then it really could go either way. Now, this is the chart of the DXY. When rates are being cut, the value of the dollar, essentially the DXY, is going to drop because people are going to take their money out of this interest-bearing asset and they're going to move it to other places. Okay, they're going to move it to other places. Appreciate you guys. Hit the likes, y'all. Appreciate that. Glasses emoji. That's cool. What's up, Lars? So this is just kind of inevitable, in my opinion, coming down 93, 91, 92. And that's liquidity that can move into other assets. If you've been following me for quite some time, we called out the tops here of the DXY, bearish dollar all 2025. Why? We are basically believing that this is what happened when Trump came into office last time. Orange line represents election. Blue line represents inauguration. Dollar drop. This is when Biden came into office. He's not Republican, he's Democrat. So the opposite happens. Democrats push the dollar up. Trump's in office for 3 more years. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. I actually have a video coming out in the next couple of days talking about if you have a 401k in the US, or you know people that have a 401k in the US, you're going to want to pay attention to that video. And if you're not in the US, you're going to want to watch that video because that's going to happen in your country most likely in the next 5 years. The US just does things first and then other countries follow. And that's just kind of how it is. And I'm not saying that because I'm in the US. That's just how it is, right? Except for cutting rates, because I did see the Bank of England cut rates before the US. So maybe we're just doing this thing backwards here. Anyways, so we are looking for this thing to drop. Now, if this thing is dropping and crypto's at all-time highs, I think regardless, the markets are going higher. Okay, this morning we were at 112 for BTC. Now we're at 116. Okay, we had positions on Solana that are just ripping to the upside right now. 2 exits hit. All my students know that we were looking for buys down here. We had positions, no drawdown. And I think we had a 3rd exit that I might have removed off this chart, but it should have been up here, which is where my last exit will be for that level. If there's some questions in the chat, I'll answer them. But back to this. There's 3 meetings left. September 17th, October 29th, December 10th. I think, and I'm kind of firm in this, and I've been saying second half of August was going to be crazy. I think we run the markets, all markets, not just crypto, ladies and gentlemen. I think all markets are going to rally going into that meeting. And then it's going to be interesting, right? This is the S&P 500. Should have hit an all-time high. Very close to an all-time high, even if it pulls back. I don't trade this, but I think it continues. I think it continues. It's for the bright future. I love it. It is definitely a bright future. So Jerome's comments today, right? Every time he speaks, there's speculation, there's narrative, there's what people think. And also shout out to XRP holders. And other, pretty much now the case is completely over after today. So if cut happens in September, crypto should go down to follow. It doesn't mean that it will, but it's a that's definitely a time to be skeptical. So I think if we run the next 2-3 weeks, yeah, I would be probably shorting or getting out around that rate cut meeting. If we look at equity clock, okay, and we go to equityclock.com and we go to currencies and we go to dollar, mid-August, dollar drops. Late August, going into September, dollar rallies and then falls. And then look, September to November, dollar gets really strong historically over the past 20 years. So that September to November type meeting, right, could be a correction. Now, I'm not saying, hey, the top is in. And something that I teach all my students, that the big four, Bitcoin, Ripple, Sol, and ETH, there's a level or a percentage of all these that I don't recommend selling. I made a post on my Instagram on my story. Let me read it for you real quick. Posted this yesterday. If you saw it, let me know in the chat. Okay, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at DeFi Mike Sotero. And it's basically this whole like Bitcoin price in days, months, years, and decades, and it says just zoom out. And I put, most just sell their assets too soon. I've heard the real estate horrors. I've heard the stock horrors. I've heard the crypto horrors. When will people learn? Get some cash flow and then invest. Okay? I'm not going to invest for you. I don't trade people's money. I will never do that. I do not promote brokers. I will never do that, ever. Make that very clear. So I think right now, your best bet is to start if you haven't started, because it's not too late. It'll never be too late, because they will only continue to print more money. Okay, if you're not familiar with this chart right here, if you're in the United States or if you're anywhere in the world, they're just literally printing money. They've tricked people to make them believe that trading time for money is the best thing, but then they're literally just turning on literally a money printer, and we just hit $22 trillion in US money supply. And what happens in crypto and these assets is that when this breaks out, crypto and other assets like the stock market lag. There are charts that show that it's just a lag. Money's printed, wait a little bit, boom, lag. That money flows into the game. So I think we're in a great place right now. It's all eyes on Ethereum. Honestly, I don't even care what Bitcoin does. I hope Bitcoin goes sideways. The best thing for everybody and your altcoins is Bitcoin going sideways. Because if it goes sideways, that money is going to rotate. And that's what all of us want for those that are trading or investing in altcoins. Let me know in the chat who's got some altcoins. Hit that like button if you got some altcoins. So right now, like literally Ethereum is about what? $50 away from the all-time high. Can we get some amens in the chat? Let's go, Ethereum. I would play the Pump It Up song, but I'll get hit for copyright, so I'm not going to do that. Let's go. What happens when this breaks? What happens to all of these other categories in crypto? What happens to DeFi? What happens to the other layer ones? A very, very not talked about coin that I guess I just don't like is BNB. BNB just hit an all-time high. People are not even talking about this. Every rally has a different leading coin. And I don't like to say it because I don't have any of this. I might have some in some random wallet from a long time ago, but this thing just hit an all-time high. BNB hit an all-time high, and look how beautiful that was. A crazy flip right there. Beautiful right there. I mean, I don't know. I just never called it out. I was just DCing other projects, but Every market cycle has different coins that lead the way. Let's go to BNB BTC. Let's see how that's performing against Bitcoin actually real quick. I mean, this thing has a long way to go. Look at this. I definitely missed this for sure. This probably will sweep these highs. Yeah, I definitely missed this. I definitely have actually probably never even looked at this chart, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's probably going to take that out. My bet, and I'll just leave this here for documentation, is our next stop is about 1.11 to 0.12 for BNB against Bitcoin. That's a Satoshi price. So, yeah, if you're holding BNB, that's probably where I would look to scale out, and that probably puts BNB over 4 figures. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see a $1,000 BNB? It'll be the third project. Well, it won't be a top 3 project because I do not see BNB surpassing XRP in market cap. I think XRP will stay at number 2. And here's just the crazy if. Can we talk about it? If XRP does get to Ethereum's market cap, you are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, a $7 to $8 XRP. So is it possible? I think so. I think there's charts that a lot of people don't even know how to look at or don't understand. We've covered this on my channel for years. All the documentation is go watch the videos. I think this is the next stop. We had that stop number 1 right here and I deleted it. But stop number 2 for this XRP BTC chart, really where I'll be exiting majority of the position I'm in, will be around 0.00005. Here's stop number 2. So I think this has a ways to go. Obviously ETH BTC, we are right. We got the move. We got the move. I talked about this in my newest video, ETH to 16K. And I even talked about why he thinks it's going to 16K, and I give my thoughts. So that's on my channel. Take a look at it after. Okay. ETH BTC, I mean, this is stop number 1, I believe, here for this. And if we come back up here into this candle right here, 88% of that candle. I don't even gotta draw the fib. I know where it's at. 0.1, you will see a $8,000 to $10,000 Ethereum. And you're like, Mike, that's not possible. Mike, that can't happen. Mike, that's not going to happen in this run. We are about to, and we might even do it on this stream. Should we keep streaming until it breaks? Tell a friend, invite a friend on here. We're going to keep streaming until this thing breaks, and hopefully it does it in the next 14 minutes because I want to go eat some food. I'm about to order some tacos. It's Taco Friday over here. But I think we're about to break here right now. Oh, Mike, it can't go hit 8,000. Guys, it was at $100 and it did a 37x. It did a 37x from the previous all-time high. It did a 2.5x. I think we get a very similar move when it comes to ETH, and we are $40 away. We are $30 exactly away from a brand new all-time high. That's according to TradingView. According to CoinGecko, 4878. 487. It's really close. Okay, about $30 to $40 away. Tell a friend to jump on here. ETH is about to cross the all-time high. Let's go down, and this looks good. This looks so good. All the people like, oh, I got to try to short it at the top. Good luck. Do not try to short this at the all-time high, ladies and gentlemen. Tell a friend that we are live watching ETH cross the all-time high. Let's do it for us. Come on, do it for us right here. Let's go. I would play the Pump It Up song, but YouTube will probably take down the video. Do it for us on stream. Come on. We're going to keep an eye out on that. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put an alert. We're going to put an alert on this. If you don't know about TradingView alerts, it'll save you a lot of time. And we're going to title this I'm going to take a screenshot of this. All-time high ETH. Let's go DeFi. Because what's going to happen next? And we can talk about that as we hopefully hit this all-time high right now. That would be really depressing. What's going to happen next after ETH goes to $5,000-$6,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's turn the engines on here. Okay, forget about the first two. I don't care about them. Where's Chainlink going? Give me some price predictions in the chat. Where's Chainlink going after it hits? After ETH breaks out? Give me some price predictions in the chat. Hyperliquid's at $44, and people don't even know that it's the 16th biggest coin. I completely missed this and completely misjudged this, so I don't want to get, I'm just gonna continue. Uniswap, give me some price predictions. Where's Uniswap gonna be when Uniswap's at $11? If you guys don't remember, Uniswap hit 40 when ETH hit 4,000 last time. Uniswap's at 11, and ETH is about to hit $5,000. Okay, I think money is going to flow in these projects, and I'm pretty certain that Uniswap will be a very, very big choice of money to flow down. Where's Aave going to go? This thing was like in the 200s a couple of days ago. This was in the 295, 297. Aave with 16 million tokens. Tell me in the chat, where's Chainlink going? Where's Uniswap going? Give me your price predictions. Where's Aave going? I could see Aave get to $500, $600 very quickly. Very quickly. Okay, and we'll look at one more here. Where's Ondo going to go? Recently, my students grabbed an entry at 62 cents. Okay? 62-cent entry. Guys, give me 1 second. Okay, so, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. $30 away from an ETH all-time high. Okay, Vladimir says 50 to 70 USD uni. I like that. Link, I think, will set a new all-time high. I agree with that. 1,400 for an Aave. I like it. A $10 Ondo. So for Ondo to get to $10, it has to get to about, right now, about 30 something, let's say 30 billion in market cap. What other coins have a 30 billion market cap? Cardano? Tron. Very possible. Very possible. I probably won't wait that long, but very possible. We are $30 away from an Ethereum all-time high. It's got to do it now in the next 9 minutes, okay? Because that's when we're going to end the stream. Hopefully, we can do it on the close of this. What is this? Is this a 4-hour candle? Close of the 4-hour candle. And then we'll have one more 4-hour candle until the daily candle closes. That's the daily candle, everybody. This morning, Ethereum woke up at 4,200, and it is moments away from crossing that all-time high. Hopefully we can watch this together. What about Illuvium? I mean, when gaming does come back, it will be a narrative. Is it the narrative right now to go all in on? Probably not. Saw a report, head of IRS crypto unit, Trish Turner resigns. Bullish. Bullish. Now, the reason why stable coins will probably slowly fall in market caps is because in euphoric markets, people are taking money out of stable coins. So I actually do not think USDT and USDC will remain so close. I think they will drop a little bit because money is going to leave. Money should leave stable coins and go into other assets. So right now, guys, we are watching. Oh my God, Solana's back at 200. Where's Solana going if ETH breaks this all-time high? You know what's so funny is Sol ETH is actually mitigating this candle right here. Sol ETH is actually sending it to the downside. Do we see a does Solana make a 2022 run? I don't know. Does Solana come into this level here against ETH and give us a level to make a move here? Maybe. Maybe. How's that Bitcoin? Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin dominance is dropping. if you guys have been following. It is, I hope this chart dies. I hope we go and break this low. But 54% has been my target now for God knows how long, for months, maybe even, yeah, maybe even almost a year. So I think first target, 54%. That is, that's where I think we're going. And as BTC dominance drops, I don't care what the price of Bitcoin does. What I want to happen is this. I want price to stay here. I just want it to go sideways and let the rest of the market rally and run. Ladies and gentlemen, we are less than $30 away from an Ethereum all-time high. Can we get some sevens in the chat? Sevens in the chat if you want to see it happen right now. I don't know if that seven or that whatever you're doing is going to make the market hit it, but we'll see. Hopefully. Hopefully the energy of this YouTube stream, somebody just goes and buys $1 billion of Ethereum at the all-time high like an idiot and pushes us through. So I want to watch it on stream. Give me some sevens in the chat. Let's go. Let's go, Kenneth. Let's go, Davarin. Let's go, Johnny-san. Let's go, Vladimir. Let's go, Chasen. Let's go, Agne. Let's go, Fabian. Can we get it done in the next few minutes? So Sol's back at 200. We're about to hit our third exit for all my students that are on here that saw that I went live on YouTube. We are very close to 205. That will be definitely my third and final exit for leverage. Or I'll just move my risk. But there's a lot of imbalances here. Guys, we're going to see pullbacks in the market as well. Don't get so caught up in thinking that it's only going to go straight up. But for Ethereum, we got 5 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. We are looking for this to hit an all-time high in the next 5 minutes. Can it do it? Can it just surpass? Because the moment ETH hits all-time highs, Twitter's going to go crazy. Everybody and their mom's going to be talking about Ethereum. You know, I saw people texting me this morning, "Hey, what's your pullback price of when would you buy Ethereum?" And I know right away we were about to rip, and then that starts to take place. James.eth, what's up, man? Guys, also, if you want to support the channel, the super chats are live in the chat right there. There's a whole bunch of new features. So just a heads up there. We got BTC here chilling at 116. You know, pullback for BTC would be really nice somewhere in here. My students will get the exact entries. I definitely know that. But I just want to see this break all-time highs right now. Just do it for us on the stream. Come on. I don't ask for much, but the last time ETH hit this price point, okay, we were all a lot younger, right? How old were you in November of 2021? Don't get depressed now. November 2021. Do y'all remember like that happened? If you're in the US, that happened like right before Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, right? Major holiday in the US, whatever, holiday season. You know, that was the Thanksgiving that everybody was pulling up to Thanksgiving. Just everybody's just rich AF. Everybody's just like, we made it to the moon. And then the next year, the next holiday, it looked a little bit different. That was the holiday season that most people did not get invited back because you told your grandma or you told your cousin to buy crypto up here. And then the next season, Ethereum was at 1,100. It went from 5,000 to 1,100, and you were not invited back. You know, that Christmas, you did not get the invitation to your aunt's Christmas party. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all don't. And that's okay. I'm not talking to you if you don't. But guess what? If they just held and they didn't sell, well, guess what? Ethereum finally, if you bought Ethereum 5 years ago in November, guess what? You're about to finally be at break even. Can we get some ones in the chat for all the people that are breaking even on their money on Ethereum because they bought literally the top? Guys, we are $21 away, $20 away, $19 away, $15 away from an Ethereum all-time high. Come on. Sorry for screaming. I actually don't like when people scream on videos, so blame it on the ghost. $16 away, $15 away. Can we do it right now on the stream together? Hit the like button if you wanted to go hit 5,000 today. Can we do it? I want to play some music, but YouTube's going to hit me for copyright. Can we do it? We got 2 minutes. Any questions in the chat? XRP's at 10. We caught this beautiful move here on XRP. XRP was a classic sell to buy move. Price traded right into this level. I mean, just classic little move for XRP. And if that level didn't hold, I think we were all in trouble for the entire crypto market. Slingshot, send it. Let's see, guys. We got 1 minute left. I don't know if we're gonna hit it on stream. I'm getting a little bit nervous here. We're going backwards. Now we're $50 away. Okay, the people are shorting at the all-time high. You know where they're gonna end up here, ladies and gentlemen? They're gonna end up over here as a statistic because they are crazy. $668 million today was liquidated, which means lost, just on these platforms alone. Okay. Just on these platforms alone. And look at this. People are shorting Ethereum. Like even right now, the market is actually short. Oh, there's going to be a squeeze. I could feel it. Right now, in Bybit, 85% of the market is short. You guys we're going to see an all-time high here today. I'm pretty confident seeing these crazy 90% across these exchanges are shorting the market right now. And the main one that they're shorting was Ethereum. Can anybody say, squeeze me to the upside? So we did not hit an all-time high here. We'll give this like a minute and see if it does it. But the market looks great. Jerome Powell, if you guys just got on the stream, Jerome Powell, I'm going to play that video one more time. Let me play that video one more time for those that got on a little bit late, and then I'm going to jump off here. Jerome Powell hinted at a rate cut coming. Let's watch this video one more time, and then we will jump off. Here we go.
Inflation are tilted to the upside and risks to employment to the downside, a challenging situation. When our goals are in tension like this, our framework calls for us to balance both sides of our dual mandate. Our policy rate is now 100 basis points closer to neutral than it was a year ago, and the stability of the unemployment rate and other labor market measures allows us to proceed carefully as we consider changes to our policy stance. Nonetheless, with policy in restrictive territory, the baseline outlook and the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance. Monetary policy is not on a preset course. FOMC members will make these decisions based solely on their assessment of the data and its implications for the economic outlook and the balance of risks.
Monetary policy is not on a it's going to do it today. Not on a predetermined course anymore. If you guys remember, last year, at the end of last year, they talked about how there was going to be 4, 5, 6 rate cuts. It seemed predetermined. Now it's not predetermined. And now they don't know what the heck they're doing. We had one guy leave the Fed chair. He's getting replaced. And soon Jerome Powell will get replaced. Remember, Trump can appoint the next person for the Fed next year, and that will happen. Okay, remember, Biden appointed Fed Powell. Okay, and just, if you don't think that there's all these backdoor deals, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So we're going to see what happens. This thing is like literally $40 on the dot away. I believe it's going to get done today, but hey, I'm going to jump off. You have another call. Head over to this video that I just posted on my channel. If you guys are not subscribed, please get that done. ETH to 16K. I break down Tom Lee's big price prediction. I break down why I think it's going to do it, and how or when. And, really the keyword is when. And I break down all of this stuff in DeFi. Look at the sea of green. The sea of green in DeFi is, Lido is at 42 billion in TVL. I'm pretty sure that's the highest I've ever seen it in TVL. Yeah, that definitely is. that 100% is. Wow. Insane. Alrighty, y'all. You guys have a great rest of your day. God bless you. ETH all-time high today. I want you to message me on Instagram when it happens and just put like a smiley emoji or just put the word ETH. I'll see you guys on the next stream. You guys have a great rest of your day. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.